You know, I hear a lot of people talking about should we wait on the sidelines before we get into the real estate arena, because I hear there's foreclosures coming. I see it on social media, on all those channels, a lot of talk about it. People are asking me all the time, but you know, I think today we're going to debunk that because we have information that should make you feel better about taking that chance, and you want to talk to the local professionals because we have the navigation to be able to do that. So Dom, tell us about what's happening in the foreclosure arena.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, a lot of these headlines are saying we're seeing a huge uptick in foreclosures, 115%
Wow.
uptick in foreclosures. But the reason for that is, over the COVID era, they had a moratorium on foreclosures, which means they just weren't allowing anybody to get foreclosed on over those 2 years. So if we look prior to COVID, we saw around 3 to 4% foreclosure rate. And now that we're after the COVID time frame here, we're seeing an uptick of around 3 to 4%, which is where we were prior.
I mean, it's unfortunate if anybody loses their home, and if you are in trouble, just let us know. We can help you navigate through the process until you get back on your feet. The thing that I remember, just being an old timer, is, you know, 07 to 13, there was 35% foreclosure rate. And that was very stressful. So 4% is very conservative, so I don't really see an avalanche of foreclosures coming. But tell me about the lending practices, because there was a time when that was a problem too.
Yeah. So part of the problem of the '08 era, when the crash occurred and everybody lost so much equity overnight, is there was things called no-look loans. They were basically not verifying your assets to make sure you're qualified for a loan. So you look today, where we're at now in 2024, and it's so much more strict. They got to verify things multiple times through the process to make sure that you're a qualified individual for the home and price that you're buying at. So with all that in mind, you know, the odds of, you know, seeing any type of crash doesn't look that way based on stricter practices in the lending world. Foreclosures being down, you know, to an average of 3 to 4%.
So in closing, the good news from our standpoint, what we want to convey to you today is that the foreclosures are very conservative, so there won't be a rash of foreclosures coming because we do have a shortage of homes now. So a lot of people were hopeful that maybe they might pick up a deal. Well, it's not in the foreseeable future. And then when you look at the demographics, you have Gen Z, Gen X, millennials, and boomers, right? Which make up 275 million people. So if you can think about this, you have stringent lending practices, low foreclosures, and a huge pent-up demand over the next 10 years. There's really no way that you want to sit on the sidelines, because you're going to lose out on building wealth by appreciation, because the biggest the wealth builder for normal people is owning real estate. And so even if the rates are a little bit higher now, all the other things are in alignment that you're not going to see a rash of homes. So you want to get into the arena, work with a professional, start building wealth, and then when those rates come down eventually, which they will, you refinance and lock it in. So if you want to know more about this whole process, because it is a bit confusing, you want to make sure you're working with someone super dialed in like our team. So Dom, how do they reach you?
Yeah, you can call me at 330-234-6204.
Zev, how about you?
Yeah, call or text 330-933-3258.
And if you can call or text me anytime, Dominic, at 330-418-1535. And to reassure you, if you're insecure, you feel like you don't really want to make the call, we're not going to bug you. Go to DominicFonte.com. I want you to read some reviews so you see that with the heart of a teacher, we're here to navigate you and help you through the process. Thanks for tuning in.